The 1991-92 season was the year Glenn Hoddle turned Swindon Town into one of the Football League's most entertaining sides. The former England star was trying his hand at soccer management for the very first time when he arrived at the county ground as player boss, and he quickly made an exciting impact. Hoddle, of course, had been one of England's greatest craftsmen, a playmaker of international repute, whose instinctive touch and immaculate technique had thrilled us all. A visionary with a purist attitude, and he expected his team to adopt the same positive principles. It was the recipe for a highly entertaining season. There were no trophies at the end of it, but Hoddle's heroes had certainly made their mark. In the league, Swindon were always involved in the race to join the Premier League, and always capable of turning over any side, as champions-elect Ipswich Town found out when they were hammered 4-1 at Portman Road. In November, Town hit the top of Division 2 for the first time in 28 years, when they tackled promotion rivals Charlton at Upton Park. Meanwhile, the men from the county ground had plenty of moments to savour in the cup competitions. A string of impressive victories was followed by nationwide recognition in an FA Cup fifth-round tie against Aston Villa. In this exclusive video, we'll be reliving all the magic moments from a season when Swindon Town served up some of the best soccer seen anywhere in the Football League. The big kick-off came against Leicester City, with Hoddle making his Swindon debut as sweeper.
The closing moments now then at the county ground, and Steve Foley's in a good position inside that Leicester penalty area. Good stop by Kevin Poole, that one. These two sides shared 7 goals here last season, but we haven't had one so far on the opening day of this season. The chance now as the ball is laid in. Tommy Wright off the crossbar. Digby wouldn't have made it, I don't think. Well, can Swindon yet conjure up a winner? The ball out here for David Kerslake. They're queuing up in the centre. They so want that winning goal, and here's a chance, but Poole equal to it again.
Australian striker David Mitchell and big central defender Sean Taylor had made their Swindon debuts against Leicester, and both would excel in an exciting Rumbelows Cup tie with West Bromwich Albion.
West Brom have managed to frustrate Swindon so far, but now Dave Mitchell, and he's done it! Dave Mitchell breaks through for Swindon Town. They lead by 1-0. Well, that's a nice little touch inside, and Shearer juggles with it and then goes for the return ball inside the penalty area. Was he brought down? It doesn't matter. Mickey Hazard has punished the West Bromwich Albion defence. While Swindon were perhaps looking for the penalty in any case, Hazard rolled it through, and that's 2-0 now.
Town good value for a 2-0 lead to take to the Hawthorns for the second leg. Meanwhile, Swindon's first away trip of the season provided something of a culture shock, a real clash of styles if ever there was one.
John Taylor's cross headed home by Lee Philpott. Swindon came back thanks to sharp thinking from Glenn Hoddle. His quickly taken free kick caught Cambridge unawares, and substitute Martin Ling's shot was bundled into the net by Duncan Shearer. But it went against Swindon early in the second half. Philpott's in-swinging corner bouncing off the luckless Summerby into the net. Philpott was in the spotlight again 10 minutes from time, a cracking volley to make it 3-1. 6 minutes from time, Mickey Hazard slotted one in from the penalty spot.
Success on this occasion for Cambridge's much maligned long ball game, but no way will Glenn Hoddle ever be tempted to copy that winning style. Town are without David Mitchell, Nick Summerby and Steve Foley for the Rumbelows Cup return with West Brom at the Hawthorns.
Albion continue to make good progress down that touchline, and they've men in the middle if the cross is good, and here comes Don Goodman and powers Albion into the lead. That's a long and searching ball over the top for Duncan Shearer, who'll get inside the West Brom penalty area. Delightfully chipped in by Shearer. The penalty by Shakespeare, who regains the lead for Albion. What a convincing knockdown that by Bradley! What a strike! That's a thunderbolt from Duncan Shearer, his second of the game, and with 2 minutes to go, Swindon are back on level terms.
So 2 late goals from Duncan Shearer make sure of Swindon's passage to round 2, where they'll meet Millwall. Back in Division 2, there's an early shock against battling Barnsley.
So the very first minute of the game, and O'Connell putting Jones under pressure, and a nice little back heel as well. Here comes Ian Banks. Oh, he struck a beauty. Swindon determined to get back into this game, and Kerslake has got the ball through, and here is an equaliser from Steve White. That's a deep and searching ball in, and Martin Ling, the substitute, makes it 2-1. Barnsley on the back foot once more. And, oh, that's good play inside the penalty area. White now, and the little chip across will produce a third one for Duncan Shearer.
Town's first league win of the season, a morale-boosting performance. But how will the Robins fare at table-topping Ipswich Town?
On ball from Glenn Hoddle. This is Steve White. Picked up by Simpson. Oh, that's a great ball, a chance here, and it's hit the post! Oh, what a let off the Town, but is it there? Yes, it is! Steve White forces the ball over the line, his second goal of the season. That's a bad kick, and Kiwambia's in. Can he get the shot? Forced wide again, but he stirs it in, and it's 1-1 in the 12th minute. Giselle doing some good defending. Hoddle. Oh, what a glorious ball from Hoddle. A chance here for Shearer. Oh, he hit the post. He took it too easy. The danger not passed yet, though. Great save. Shot coming in. It's there. Calderwood turns it in. Just a couple of minutes before the interval. The head of Taylor. Oh, he scored! Sean Taylor has scored, and that surely wraps it up for Swindon Town. Simpson, Hazard racing through, Gale's there, see it! Oh, Hazard scores! Oh my word!
So, a stunning victory inspired by a magical performance by Glenn Hoddle, a revelation in his new role as sweeper. Another fine display, if not the same result, would follow at Port Vale, where Nicky Hammond replaced injured Fraser Digby in goal.
They do stroke the ball around well, Swindon Town, and here might be a chance for Steve White, and on the left foot, White gives Swindon the lead. Here is Robin van der Laan, and he can hit them. Oh, it came off the upright, but there are still chances here, and Port Vale have got an equaliser from Martin Foyle. Well, that's well tussled for Fitzroy Simpson, and he's got men both right and left of him. Here is Shearer, the first of those men presenting himself, and the roll back from McLaren. Lovely goal from Swindon Town and from Ross McLaren. It's Vale this time who knocked the ball around to good purpose. And Hughes with the cross in. It's a deep one as well, and there might be an equaliser. Van der Laan missed it. Foyle didn't. 2-2.
The draw at Vale is seen as 2 points lost, but with 5 first-choice players injured, Glenn Hoddle had been forced to test the depth of his second division squad. Nonetheless, there were no changes against Sunderland, and Mickey Hazard was in dazzling form against one of the pre-season promotion favourites.
Who appeals for handball against Bennett. It's not going to matter anyway. The ball in the net from Steve White. Again, it's lovely to see Swindon knocking the ball all along the ground, and here's Fitzroy Simpson, who tries one with his left foot, and Tony Norman has carried it over his own line. Hazard again, so influential in midfield for Swindon so far. They lead by 2-0, and they keep pushing up this right-hand side. This is Kerslake's ball in. There might be a third. Shearer's gone for it. Norman can't get there. It's going to be 3. Hazard's got his due rewards. Sunderland really desperate to get back into this game now. Oh, and they've got a goal. It sneaked in somehow from ours. Good tenacity shown in midfield by Kerslake, who's inside that penalty area. He's brought down by Bennett. And Hazard can get his second. He has. Swindon lead 4-1. Ooh, that was a strong chattel from Kay, but he still managed to get that ball through. And here might be a second for Sunderland and for Gabbiadini. Hoddle's ball through, this time to Hazard, and again Sunderland looking in trouble. Here comes Shearer, and that's number 5. Bennett surging forward, trying to make amends for that penalty conceded. This is Armstrong, and on the left foot, Armstrong, oh, the ball's in the net.
A classic contest, and the result made more poignant by the memory of Swindon's fruitless playoff victory in their previous showdown with Sunderland 16 months earlier.
Simpson's long ball, and it's Shearer who knocks it down. Here's Tom Jones, and it's goal number 1 of the season for Jones.
It's now 4 wins out of 5, And Swindon are in the top three, well placed to launch a concerted challenge. But at Molineux it's Wolves who hit the bullseye with a little help from goalkeeper Mike Stowell and an opening strike from Tim Steele.
And it's an own goal! Turning Ashley around, and that's a penalty! And he saved it! Bennett now for Wolves. Ball's onside, played onside by Taylor on this near side, who carries it forward and puts it in for 2-0. Jones. A good cross in, and this time Stowell can't keep them out.
A result that leaves Hoddle speechless. Meanwhile, Steve White will take his goal tally to 7 at the Den in a dramatic opening to this Rumbelows Cup tie. Hoddle, making his first appearance on the London stage since he left Spurs 4 years earlier, wasted no time before making his mark.
There's that beautiful long ball through the middle, and this is White. Checks, gets the shot in, and White scores with a superb shot in the opening minutes of this game. What a finish that was from Steve White, his 6th goal of the season. And a good run here. The dummy, the shot coming in. Oh, and tipped over. A brilliant save by Hammond. Alex Ray picking his spot there. It looked a goal all the way as it left his boot. Doesn't need to run. Gets it wide to Stevenson. Another deflected shot there, and that could be a goal. Oh, what a save from Nicky Hammond. That was absolutely magic. This is Shearer to Hazard. Steve White up against Wood. He's committing the defender, gets a shot in. Oh, and that's another magnificent goal from Steve White. Aidan Davison got his hand to it, I'm sure, but he couldn't deflect it. Stevenson doing well. Cocoon, Kerr, oh, the layoff just a little too hard. Stevenson with a shot, that's a goal! Superb strike by Paul Stevenson. Stevens is there as well, but into the middle it comes. Stevens out to Dawes. There's the early cross. Oh, that's a great goal!
It's almost a Spurs reunion as Steve Perryman arrives in town with his Watford team. But this Swindon outfit means business, as the Hertfordshire side are about to find out.
Duncan Shearer getting the goal, his 6th of the season. On the stroke of half-time, Town made it 2-0 with a header from Fitzroy Simpson. Watford weren't easy to beat though, they put up quite a fight and came back with a goal from Gary Porter. Tough luck on keeper Nicky Hammond, who struggled all the way through with injury. 9 minutes from time, Town put the game beyond doubt. A corner from Mickey Hazard caused chaos. Sean Taylor smashed it home. The 3-1 scoreline makes it look easier than it was.
Fraser Digby is back in place of injured goalkeeper Nicky Hammond for the ZDS Cup first round tie against Oxford United.
Here's danger inside that penalty area now, and the ball has gone in. Simpson's shot, and it was deflected off McLaren. Rolled in field by Calderwood to McLaren. Here now is Simpson, might try one on the left foot, and despite the save, it's going to be a goal. A typical Steve White follow-up. Well won back. And it's McLaren who will pick it up now for Swindon and will drive in as well, and he cracks the shot through. What an excellent strike from McLaren. Simpson's ball across, and there is Trevor Aylock going for it. And although Penny was there, he couldn't pick it up. Magilton does, however. Rolls it inside for Melville. Oh, and a great goal from the Welsh international. Through it goes from Jones. This time it's Steve White, and he's got Shearer calling for it on the edge of that area. Here's Steve White, and that's the old 1-2. Terrific bit of interplay. So what can Simpson do? That's what he can do. Paul Simpson's second. What a game this is, 3-3. And we have the drama of a penalty shootout, and Penny's shot is saved. McLaren for Swindon, he scores, simple enough. Now it's Magilton, and that's the first success for Oxford, and here is one now. Oh, and Kerslake's shot stopped. Simpson, he got two during the game, he's got another one. Jones, yes. Trevor Aylott, oh, he's ballooned it into the crowd, and Glenn Hoddle makes Swindon in front. They have to score every time now. This is Robinson, he does. Shearer's turn, and he blasts it in, and Shearer's goal has carried Swindon through here on penalties against Oxford.
So a late night for Town fans who finally go home happy as Swindon secure a second round tie against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Really perfect conditions here at Home Park, and that's a Glenn Hoddle free kick. Master of the long ball as always. Cut back, and there might be danger here, and I think it was Shearer got the touch, and it's 1-0. Duncan Shearer. Hoddle once more, getting forward well in this game, and another long ball for him, and Nicky Summerby trying to make something of it, though Barlow's gone back to try and cover. Summerby on that left foot of his, whips the ball across. Here's Shearer once more, oh, on the volley, Duncan Shearer, his second and Swindon's second. Plymouth still really struggling to make much impact on this match. And, Adrian Burrows, oh, it should have been a safe knockback, and Shearer could collect a hat-trick. It's got in, despite the effort on the line. It's 3-0. Fiore with the throw-in down that touchline. Kerslake was there, and he's got Shearer free once more. He could get a fourth. He will surely now. What a great day for Duncan Shearer. Goal number 4.
A tremendous performance by the Swindon marksman, and a win that keeps Town handily placed in the top 3. The bad news though is that Hoddle has torn a thigh muscle.
It was 2-2 in that first leg at the Den, and here are Millwall now. That's Falco's headed, Digby keeping it out, but Cahoon has got the follow-up. Millwall in front. That's McLaren's header away. And further on from Simpson, and a little slip there, and a further slip as well. Millwall really struggling, and Shearer usually capitalises. It has to be a goal. His 10th of the season for Shearer already. That was some of his pass inside, and it's Hazard now who's collected. And what a good turn by Shearer, showing he's got good footwork as well as good finishing power, and puts it across the face of goal. It was brilliant work by Shearer, and the finish from Steve White. Simpson. He's gone 20 yards already. And once again he finds White inside this penalty area. Millwall really struggling to contain them, and that should be good enough. It's Shearer who's bundled it in.
So Swindon go through 5-3 on aggregate. The Lions draw stifled by the power of Shearer. His partnership with White is now worth 22 goals.
Paul Williams tries the shot, he scored! Paul Williams hits one in from, 25 yards? Kerslake trying to work his way through, held off there. And a penalty given. It's been given by the linesman. Peter Shilton, who saved a penalty on Tuesday night at Ipswich. He's beaten this time. It's Swindon 1, Derby County 1. Geraint Williams. Ormond Royd. Williams again. And Phil G got round the back there, and a good save there by Digby, but Phil G still in possession, driving through, gets the shot in. Oh, and it came off the feet of Fraser Digby and into the net.
The measure of any side is how they respond to defeat. The hype here surrounds Blackburn Rovers, who've just appointed Kenny Dalglish as manager. It's a stringent test for Town, yet again without Glenn Hoddle, but with Nicky Hammond recalled in goal.
More and more pressure being exerted by Swindon Town as this corner comes in and is knocked out for another one, but they're unable to clear their lines for the moment. So another Swindon Town corner, and Taylor challenged for it, so did Calderwood, and it's got in, bundled over by Steve White, right on the line. Sellers has got such a good left foot. This time the cross comes in and Swindon unable to clear, and there might well be an equaliser for David Speedy, and a quick response which will bring a smile to Kenny Dalglish's face. 1-1. Can Swindon snatch it here in the dying seconds? Again, Taylor's gone for it. It's gone over the line and the referee is pointing to the centre spot, and it's a winner from Colin Calderwood.
Colin Calderwood, the only survivor from the 1986 4th Division Championship side, grabbing a timely winner that maintains 4th place in the league table.
They've made it a hard night for Chelsea. They've had no reward yet, but they've got one now in the very last minute, and it's come from Vinnie Jones. Well, Swindon won in the last minute against Blackburn. Here they're going to be beaten in the last minute by Chelsea. Vinnie Jones has got the goal they've been seeking all night. And here it is from the corner kick as well. He does rise well and powers the header home.
Chelsea 1, Swindon 0, a scoreline that flatters the Londoners, but down at Brighton, a free-flowing Swindon are just too good for the Seagulls.
Swindon really do look like a side full of confidence, and Hazard has worked this one through for Shearer, and he's got it underneath Beanie's body, and Swindon are in front. Hazard is pulling the strings once again, and he's played a lovely through ball for Shearer. This might well be number 2, and the Scot is a real striker in form.
If the Swindon tide was too strong for Brighton, it proved overwhelming for 3rd Division Huddersfield Town in the Rumbelows Cup.
Simpson to Hazard, nice little ball that. Shearer wants it inside, Hazard taking it. He's found him now, this is Shearer with a chance, and Shearer scores the opening goal. Kerslake. Good play by Kerslake, he's in for the shot. Oh, shot coming in there, and it's a goal! The shot from Nicky Summerby. And the roar goes up as Charlton. And a penalty! It's O'Regan against Hammond to put Huddersfield back in the game. Oh, the keeper saved it! But it's got to be retaken because Shearer ran into the box before the kick was taken, and the referee is quite right. Well, well, well. A superb save by Nicky Hammond. Hammond saved O'Regan's penalty. He's got it again. He must score this time. Oh, and he hits it over the top. Oh, my word. Drama here at Leeds Road. Now if it comes forward from Swindon, it'll be offside against Simpson. He's got back onside now as Trevitt drives that ball in. Oh, the shot coming in, and that's a superb strike! A goal for Huddersfield Town. They're back in it. Kerslake now. He's got Tom Jones to his right. Kerslake going all the way, tries the shot, oh, and a good save, it must be a goal! It is Shearer the scorer, and that surely has wrapped it up for Swindon Town. Oh, it's there! The header by Sean Taylor.
The enthusiasm now sweeping the county ground is infectious. Town are combining success with style, qualities well appreciated by former boss Ozzy Ardiles, who's struggling Newcastle with just 5 places off bottom spot.
Newcastle certainly defended well in the first half, but here is Swindon asking a few more questions this time, and the breakthrough has come from Colin Calderwood, from right on the line as well. He does get up there so well. Summerby. Simpson making some space midfield for him, and he sweeps that ball out, and they were looking for offside. Shearer is onside, however, and Steve White, predictably the man in the middle, and Swindon lead 2-0 now. Lofted up a little bit further towards the edge of the Swindon penalty area, and that's well won, and it's fallen for Bradshaw. His ball across looks like a teaser. Here is Peacock. He's good in those situations, and Gavin Peacock has pulled one back.
Gavin Peacock's reply too late to deny Swindon their 3rd successive league win. and that puts Hoddle's men in second place, just 1 point behind leaders Middlesbrough, and still with 2 matches in hand.
Oh, good run by Minto. Minto shoots, and a great save by Nicky Hammond. Lieber. That's a good ball. Minto racing through. Gets it inside, a chance here. Lieber coming on for the shot. Minto. Oh, and he's hit the post. And scooped away by Summerby. Kersley. Killed that by close. The shot coming in, a save! Oh, a brilliant save! Tom Jones let fly there with a left foot. And Boulder got down. He got the touch that was necessary to turn that shot over the bar.
In the end, a disappointing contest. A goalless draw was not the way Glenn Hoddle wanted his side to succeed.
Well, Glenn, the first time in 28 years that Swindon Town have been top of the second division.
Yeah, I mean we're very pleased with the fact that we've crept up there and got top of the league. But it's ironic that it's happened on a night really when we haven't performed as well as we have been all through the season. But we're thankful to have it. And as you say, if you don't perform too well and you don't lose the match, then you're on to something good.
There was no shortage of goals at Roots Hall, but home side Southend set the pace with the opening strike.
Useful ball in, and it's knocked down by Benjamin here for Brett Angel, and Southend's leading goal scorer gives them the lead. Beautifully struck by Angel. Jones, a little touch through here for Ansar. Oh, splendidly done by Hammond. What a good stop. Jones wriggling his way past McLaren, looks to clip the ball across, that he does. And is that a handball by Summerby? It is. So Austin, they've missed 7 of the last 8, they've missed 8 of the last 9 now. McLaren forging forward, and that's a lovely ball inside the fullback, and there might be chances here now for Steve White. Lovely header from White. It's a really entertaining match, this one, and Austin cuts his way into the penalty area. Southend again looking at the back post is Angel. He's got his second. Benjamin. And Steve Tilson breaks the offside trap and has managed to go on and roll it in for goal number 3 for Southend. This time it's White who knocks it back for Simpson, and Shearer has got goal side of the defence, and a typical Duncan Shearer effort.
A thrilling fight back, but it's not enough to save a point. A torn Achilles tendon rules Sean Taylor out against Portsmouth. Adrian Vervees stepping in for the first change in 8 games.
Despite the lack of goals, it's certainly been entertaining enough. And this is Portsmouth again now, who look for that breakthrough against Swindon Town. And it might just break here for Guy Whittingham, and that's lovely. Whittingham has rolled it through, and they lead by a goal to 0. Calderwood for Swindon. Can they make a swift response here? Well, inside that penalty area, Steve White is always tussling for it, and White toe pokes it through with the right boot, and it's 1-1 now. Vivash, who's played it infield to McLaren, a strange looking ball from McLaren, and the clearance not good, so Fitzroy Simpson chips it over the top. White might get another one here. 2 for Steve White. Excellent. The corner for Pompey, and at the back post they might just get another one, and here comes Darren Anderton. It really has been a thriller, and Portsmouth in the last minute have a chance of maybe getting a winner. Powell's dived in there. It's 3-2 in the very last minute.
Steve Foley takes Nicky Summerby's shirt for the trip to Tranmere, where Town are denied the victory they deserve, yet still do enough to move into 3rd spot.
Tranmere have become quite a force since John King took charge, and here they are. That's a good stop indeed by Hammond, and he's made 2 stops. The second from Aldridge. Still 0-0. But Swindon come themselves now. This is Tom Jones, the ball laid forward for Shearer, who holds it up nicely and has created an opportunity for Hazard. Nixon blocks it, not once but twice, and then it's cleared. Not very far. Hazard's got another chance in here. Now can he make it? No, it's off the line by Higgins this time. Astonishing stuff at Prenton Park here, and eventually Jones hoofs it over the top. How did Tranmere survive? White has tussled for it well, and he's won it too, laying it wide for Simpson, who seems to be pointing the way, and Fitzroy Simpson drifting inside, might have a chance himself now. Still he's on the ball, Simpson. Well, it's boiling up nicely now, and here's a shot from Jones that hits the upright, and it's still 0-0.
After 4 matches without a win, it was back to the county ground for a home encounter with Grimsby Town.
Alan Buckley's side very energetic indeed, and Jim Dobbin has struck them in front now. Nice ball from Hazard. It went over the top of White. Futcher stretches a leg and just diverts it away, but here comes Simpson, and that's a rocket strike. Beautifully done, Fitzroy Simpson. He's got a lethal left foot, and he uses it well too.
Nicky Summerby is brought back for the big game at Ayresome Park against second place Middlesbrough. A real test of character for Swindon after 5 matches without a win.
Well, both these sides so capable of good football, and this is Ripley's corner, and there's a flick through, and it's Paul Wilkinson almost inevitably who gives Middlesbrough the lead here. Good long ball, but it's cut out by Mohan and then laid forward into the path of Bernie Slaven, and he just loves these situations. Gets it onto that left foot of his, swirls the shot in, a cracking goal from the Irishman, and Borough lead 2-0 now. Bernie Slaven scores. Laid back for Hazard, and an inviting ball rolled into the path of Simpson. He might try his luck from this distance, and does he indeed? Fitzroy Simpson, what a beauty. 2-1 now. Simpson, and he's won his little argument there, and he's got inside the Middlesbrough penalty area, and Swindon are coming back with a vengeance in this match. The little chip into the area for Shearer's header, it's gone in, it's 2-2.
Middlesbrough 2, Swindon 2. An amazing comeback to boost spirits before the big cup clash with Crystal Palace. With Sean Taylor back in defence, hopes are high for the Rumbelows Cup 4th round tie at the county ground.
And Swindon have thrown away a goal there, really. Andy Gray celebrates his 7th goal of the season. The man whose late equaliser denied Birmingham City in the previous round. But really, that was sloppy work by Swindon. McLaren finding Taylor out on the left. Hazard. Good ball. Shearer. Well saved. Swindon's best opening so far.
So it's Palace who earned that quarter-final date with Nottingham Forest, but it had been Swindon who produced the more constructive football. The troublesome left-back berth goes to Tom Jones for the high-profile meeting with Ipswich Town.
The shot coming in, oh, it's hit the post! Tremendous shot there from Gavin Johnson. Mickey Hazard to Ross McLaren, space to get the shot in. Did so, but it was stopped by Walk. Oh, a bad mistake here, and must score! Shearer! Oh! Duncan Shearer, of all people, turns his shot past the vacant net. Steve Foley has made the run, but Jones going past him. Going past Milton now, drills the ball across, that's a great one, the shot, oh! Hit the underside of the bar, the shot from Foley.
Successive away trips to Bristol City and Barnsley will extend a frustrating run to 10 games without a win.
At Ashton Gate, Swindon got the present they wanted, an early goal. Only 9 minutes had gone when Duncan Shearer shot Town into the lead. His 19th goal of the season, not enough for victory though. Bristol City came back with an equaliser 3 minutes into the second half. Where was the Town defence? Where was the marking as Rob Taylor stroked home the easiest of goals? It was a disappointing West Country derby, but there was still quite a finish. Nicky Hammond performed heroics to keep Bristol out. 2 great saves kept Swindon in the game. And near the end, Town could have won it. A Simpson shot sets Shearer up. He couldn't get it. The final score 1-1, which means it's now 9 matches without a win for Swindon.
Swindon Town in their away strip at Barnsley were quickly off the mark, Duncan Shearer lobbing the keeper. That's Shearer's 20th goal of the season. Barnsley's equaliser came 10 minutes into the second half, Andy Rammell finishing well. That sharpened Swindon's appetite for goals. Duncan Shearer could have been on, but for keeper Butler's vicious challenge. Butler got away with it. No booking, no goal.
After 2 months without a win, Swindon were determined to make a positive start to 1992. And the new year began in the best possible way against Millwall.
Swindon always looks so capable of scoring goals, and again they've worked their way inside that Millwall penalty area. The ball is swung across, Shearer knocking it down. There might be a chance for Hazard, it's gone wide. But they do attack so well, and this corner kick will be aimed up towards the big man. It's knocked down here for Duncan Shearer, who finds a way through a posse of Millwall defenders. That was well won, and now it's Simpson. Still Simpson here, edge of the area, has found a way through for Martin Ling, who's got number 2 for Swindon. Ling's first for the club. This throw in, 2 minutes from half-time, as Swindon look for a third maybe, and David Mitchell has wriggled his way through and laid it up, and this is a good chance, and here's Shearer for his second and Swindon's third. Well, Millwall still desperate to find a way back into this game. There hasn't been one so far, but there's a nice little knock through. It's well controlled inside that area by Kerr, and then the shot across face of goal by Stevenson, and it's McGinley poaching in at the back post.
Swindon 3, Millwall 1. A good start to 1992. At last the goals had started to flow again.
Ross McLaren now. That long searching ball looking for Shearer this time. Beautifully plays Shearer in with a chance and he scores! Oh, what a superb finish! His 23rd goal of the season. Jason Drysdale. Cornerwood stooping to meet that one. This is McLaren. Mitchell, good layoff. Picked up here by Martin Ling. Ling finds Shearer. Good football this. Mitchell with, oh, what a goal! What a superb goal! You won't see better than that. And the county ground erupts. That was absolute perfection. Shearer knocked that off nicely to Simpson. Oh, and that's a good ball over the top for Luther Blissett. Blissett, let's fly! Oh, what a goal from Luther Blissett! Well, that's the sort of finish that made him one of the most feared strikers in Europe. So Sean Taylor playing a real blinder out here for Swindon this afternoon. Corner it is to Watford, right in front of their supporting fans there. Oh, and Blissett scored. He jumped. He got across Nicky Hammond and steered that Gary Porter cross into the goal. Oh, mistake there. Two defenders going for the same ball. Summerby gets it across. A chance here. Oh, and he shot it wide. The substitute had the chance to wrap this game up, surely. Ling coming away with it. Finds Hazard. Shearer in front of him. Mitchell making a run too, but he'll have to deliver it. Oh, Hazard going all the way to Shearer. Shearer shoots. He scored! Duncan Shearer makes it 3-2 to Swindon Town.
Cracking stuff indeed. Duncan Shearer once again proving he's got a nose for goal, even if it was broken. Nonetheless, the big Scot is cleared to play in the key league game against Cambridge United.
Hazard really is a maestro in midfield, and that's a good knock-in as well, and Mitchell puts it down for Ling. Ling's shot, it's a pity probably it didn't fall to Shearer. Dennis has the free kick then for Cambridge United here, and he's got it beyond the last line of defence, and that's young Heady who's got in there to score for Cambridge. What can they do this time then? It's Dennis's foot and a long and a high cross, and it might well be met at the back post for Dion Dublin to profit, and it's 2-0 for Cambridge.
Swindon 0, Cambridge 2. Once again, Town fall foul of Cambridge's direct approach. And next it's off to Filbert Street, where Leicester City are on the crest of a wave.
Kitson beautifully fashioned the space and then really didn't react to what he wanted to do, but Fitzpatrick going through. Oh, super Fitz shoots Leicester City into the lead. 36 minutes gone. It's Leicester City 1, Swindon Town 0. Thompson trying to draw those defenders out. This is Wright, tries the shot. Oh! And it bounced over Fraser Digby. A terrible mistake that by the Swindon Town goalkeeper. Just has to play it inside because there's nobody gone outside. Fitzpatrick trying to get the ball into Willis again. That's a good cross. The header, great save, and Wright's there. Looks like Paul Bodin, the number 3, might make the final strike. He does. Oh, and that's a well-worked goal by Swindon Town. Bodin, the scorer, on his debut.
Paul Bodin's debut goal hardly just reward for another spirited comeback. Defeat means Swindon are now 9 points short of leaders Blackburn. In round 4 of the FA Cup, Fraser Digby is back in goal for the injured Hammond. And though Glenn Hoddle is confident he now has the measure of Cambridge, few expected this outcome at the Abbey Stadium.
The first goal from skipper Colin Calderwood wasn't a classic, but it was worth its weight in gold coming right on half-time. In the second half, deadly Duncan Shearer hit 2 in 3 minutes. The first was a true striker's goal. The second came when Cambridge, the long ball specialists, were caught out at their own game. Another blaster from Shearer set Swindon celebrating and made manager Hoddle a happy man.
Cambridge 0, Swindon 3, a scoreline that's music to all lovers of the beautiful game. And when Town draw Aston Villa at home in round 5, Cup fever is ready to take the town by storm. But first, Swindon must get back on the second division track against Oxford United.
Chance for the shot. Oh, that was a good try. Kerslake skipping past the defenders there. Tries in the shot. Oh, that's a goal. Superb shot from David Kerslake. He scores his first of the season. And Ken Vasey just couldn't hold it. McLaren, that's a good ball. This is Bodin, gets it across. Oh, superb goal. Shearer scores, and that's his 27th of the season. But that was a textbook opening. The ball played inside the 2 defenders. A great cross from Paul Bodin, and there was Duncan Shearer to make it Swindon Town 2, Oxford United 0. Chance there for the shot. Oh, he scored!
David Kerslake's first ever goal for the club helps lift Town to 8th place in the second division table. Leading the way at the top are Blackburn Rovers.
Another corner for Swindon Town, and there's a good little flick there. It's been cleared, but not very far. And inside that penalty area is Simpson. Splendid stop by Mims, but it's forced through now by Mitchell. He came in at the back post, and that was good snapping up by Dave Mitchell. So I'm sure these 2 sides are going to figure at the end of the season and the promotion playoff places if they don't win a promotion automatically. And here is a useful ball in, which will be asking questions of that Blackburn defence, and Colin Hendry has turned on it to get an equaliser for Blackburn Rovers. Still at 1-1 here then at Ewood Park. Blackburn looking to find Hendry up there, and now David Speedy surrounded by Swindon defenders, still gets the shot through, and is that a winner for Speedy and Blackburn?
Not for the first time this season, Glenn Hoddle's Culture Club have produced the class, but the opponents have stolen the points. Happily, there'd be no repeat of that scenario in Town's next 2 matches. Tom Jones inspiring a masterful performance against the men from Ashton Gate.
Again, Bristol City struggling here as the shot cannons away off the inside of the upright, and that was so unlucky. Hazard again is the man. And he's keeping this attack moving. There's good support play all around this Swindon side. It's a feature of Glenn Hoddle's team. Martin Ling is the man on the ball now. And again, there always seems to be somebody there. Now They're rather teasing Bristol City at the moment. What can they do with this one? Here comes Sir Jones, it's gone in! Tom Jones gives Swindon the lead and they deserve it. Just 10 minutes left then, but Bristol City have offered token resistance here and you can't really see them clawing back into the game as Swindon's free kick is hoisted to the back post. Taylor went for it, Shearer's in there, and that surely is good enough now to kill off Bristol City's challenge. Goal number 28 of the season for Duncan Shearer.
Now on form, Swindon should have walked this game against Brighton, and that's just what they were doing, strolling when the Seagulls went flying into the lead after just 6 minutes. Good goal for Mark Gall, he took the chance well. Town played some stylish football, just watch the build-up here. Great passing, good running, but they lacked a knockout punch. Not even Duncan Shearer could find the net. The best chance Town had in the first half came from this corner, and it came from skipper Colin Calderwood. But Town were mighty lucky not to be 2 down at half-time. Thank heavens for goalkeeper Nicky Hammond. He saved the day here. And they nearly blew it at the start of the second half too, as Brighton closed in for the kill. Swindon finally found their touch after 70 minutes. It was Colin Calderwood of all people who joined in the attack to make and take as good a goal as you'll see anywhere. And that got them going. Back came Captain Calderwood with the winner, 9 minutes from time. Town 2, Brighton 1.
The Robins had soared to 4th place and were looking good for their big day with Villa. If there were any doubters tuned into national TV, then they were quickly won over by a sparkling show of classic football. At times Town played Villa off the park.
It really has been a rousing cup tie and Swindon can take the lead here maybe. Was there a foul there by Kubicki? No, says the referee, that's all that matters. Swindon really giving a good account of themselves against Ron Atkinson's side here. And look at this for good football. They've got to round it off now. The shot by Jones. It's gone over by no more than a couple of feet. Nice bit of interplay down this left touchline. And then that's a great ball up front for Mitchell. Can he give Swindon the lead now? Good stop and Mitchell is denied. But that was a rare opportunity. The line is held together very nicely indeed. Bowden has chipped it into space this time. And it's Mitchell who gives chase to it. Plays an inviting ball across the face of that penalty area. It was Hazard's shot that was charged down. And eventually the stop is made by Les Sealer. Staunton. His ball in field. Be picked up by Dwight York. Taking it on again. Here is Dwight York trying to get into a shooting position maybe. He's done that and it's sneaked its way through as well. And Dwight York has put Villa in front in the cup. Well, what on earth were they doing there? Whatever happened, it's led to an opportunity for Aston Villa to extend their lead. They're 1-0 up and well, that was a good clearance in the end, but still Villa are coming. And Froggatt has powered the shot in, and that's a cracking effort from the youngster. And Villa lead 2-0. Villa, quite good value, I suppose, and yet Swindon at times have shown their ability to get into the Aston Villa penalty area. All that they've lacked has been someone on the end of things so far. Perhaps they can have one now! Well, prophetic almost, because Dave Mitchell stole into space and side-foot Swindon back into the game.
Town had been KO'd by a moment of inspiration and a lucky break. A week later, the fluency demonstrated against the men from the First Division is sadly missing at Blundell Park.
Swindon's away day at Grimsby was a non-starter. It finished goalless thanks to some good goalkeeping from Nicky Hammond and some disappointing finishing from the Town attack. Glenn Hoddle's verdict: must do better.
The long-awaited return of Hoddle to the side is once more put off for the crucial visit of Middlesbrough, who, like Swindon, began the day on 49 points in joint 6th place.
It's a right old battle there at the moment, and that's hoisted back in. Shearer's header releases Simpson. I think I thought that ball went out, but apparently not. So here is Bodin now, cuts it back across the face of goal. Mitchell's header off the inside of the upright, and Mitchell very unlucky indeed. We haven't had a goal in the game. Middlesbrough 0, Swindon 0. Two of the top ties still tussling, and Shearer has ballooned that one. Bitterly disappointed. Driven into some space. Oh, what on earth was he thinking about there? Mitchell might surely give them the lead this time. He still hasn't been able to make it. And what a chance that was for Dave Mitchell. This free kick is no more than 5 yards outside the Middlesbrough penalty area. Mickey Hazard looks to be orchestrating it. Here's Ling off the crossbar. They've hit the bar, they've hit the upright. It will not go through for them. And this was very unlucky indeed for Martin Ling. Perfectly placed chip. It beat Pears. It hit the bar. Ripley has left it for Jimmy Phillips, and Jimmy Phillips with the cross, and that's Kernigan at the back post, and Alan Kernigan has struck for Middlesbrough here. Swindon crestfallen. Driven up to the penalty spot, and is that a penalty? The referee appears to be pointing to the spot, and the penalty has been given. The foul was on Taylor. Well, he simply seemed to stand his ground. But Mickey Hazard can bring Swindon level in the match here. Hazard against Pears, and Pears makes a stupendous stop. That's a really thrilling save by the Middlesbrough goalkeeper, Stephen Pears. Hazard had struck it well too. For their precious, Swindon still haven't found a way through, and they don't again there. That was Pears' punch. Middlesbrough rather desperate. Ross McLaren picking it up about 10 yards inside his own half, and will hoist it back towards the edge of that Middlesbrough penalty area, where Shearer gets a little header in. Here's Close, and the overhead kick. Well, it was like his name, it was Close. Sean Close there with the effort. Shearer's brave header opened the way for him, and it would have been a spectacular goal had it been about a foot further to the left.
A disappointing result on a day when Swindon dominated, but nothing went right. Next it was off to the Manor Ground, where Glenn Hoddle finally made his comeback. But it wasn't a happy day against relegation-threatened Oxford.
Glenn Hoddle sprung a surprise by playing himself after a 5-month injury layoff. And in the opening minutes, Swindon were crowing. Just 30 seconds had gone when Sean Close set the match rolling with a freak of a goal. Ken Vasey must have had nightmares about this on Saturday night, wouldn't you? The pace, the pattern was set seconds later as Oxford roared back with their first attack. Should have been a goal, but everyone knew we had a game. Swindon threatened to kill Oxford off as they put together some delicate and dangerous football. But then Jimmy Magilton fired the United midfield machine, and the match was back in the boiler when John Durnin scored a brilliant equaliser. Suddenly, the sound Swindon defence was at panic stations. They were surviving, Oxford was soaring. United took the lead from the penalty spot. This was the offence. And this was the execution by Magilton. It was 3-1 minutes later. Great goal this one from young Joey Beecham. The shot too hot for Hammond to hold. Town came back just before half-time with a strike from Dave Mitchell, and at 3-2 it was still anybody's game. John Durnin settled things though. United's other young star, Chrissy Allen, raced down the left and set things up for goal number 4. Durnin, the striker whose speed tortured Swindon, turned creator then, setting Beecham up for number 5. Back came Swindon as Oxford eased off, and when Dave Mitchell scored his second with a delightful bit of acrobatics, things started to bubble. Town were on the charge now. United's turn to man the escape hatches. Shearer was desperately close to a goal. And then Mitchell bounced a shot off the bar. It was a fair result, a real scorcher of a game, and one of Brian Houghton's best wins at the Manor.
A stunning result for Swindon, their first defeat by rivals Oxford for a decade. Missed chances and sloppy defending against Charlton Athletic will put another dent in Swindon's home record.
Charlton have probably exceeded even their own expectations this season under Alan Kirbishley and Steve Gritt for the first time. They've played some good football and they do so again here now. And they've plenty of men around the Swindon penalty area. Here comes Leeburn, and that's a great header from Carl Leeburn, and it puts Charlton in the lead. It really would be a blow for Swindon's aspirations if they went down here to the side from South London. But here's Mitchell knocking it in for Shearer. Did it go over the line? No is the answer. Nice little knock on by Shearer. Swindon driving forward with great purpose as they always do. It's been taken on by Kerslake for the ball in towards Shearer. He's found a way through, and Shearer predictably is the man who scores for Swindon. You can generally rely on him, and that's his 29th of the season. It was Kerslake who made the initial inroads, and a good ball in as well, but watch Shearer climbing over the defender and perfectly placed. Can Charlton snatch it then? A free kick they have here, and it looks as though Simon Webster's teeing himself up. Oh, indeed he was! Simon Webster couldn't have struck it better.
Fraser Digby is called up for the trip to Newcastle, and Nesta Lorenzo, Argentina's World Cup final sweeper, gets his first run of the season. But they can't prevent Swindon fading further from the promotion picture.
Points so desperate for Newcastle United in their predicament at the moment. So they have men up front here, and that's a lovely ball over the top for David Kelly, who can give them the lead. Kevin Keegan's team are in front. David Kelly, the goal scorer. Newcastle have rather confounded Swindon with their spirit in this game. But they might have given something away here now. Mitchell inside that penalty area, and he's taking on Scott, and he's got the ball in. He whipped it on the inside of Tommy Wright's left hand, and it's 1-1. Newcastle corner kick taken by Kevin Sheedy, swirling across the Swindon penalty area. You can see the wind is playing a part there. It was difficult for the ball to be controlled. It's hoisted back in. Here is Peacock. Brilliantly done by Gavin Peacock. And that's just what Newcastle wanted. There's the pass that seemed to bisect the Swindon defence, and the little header through found Peacock. He juggled with it and then chipped Digby superbly. Hoddle. It's a typical Hoddle ball, which charged down on the edge of that penalty area. There could well be a break on here as well. Peacock in a lot of space too. Gavin Peacock, he's got one goal already. And in the middle is Quinn, and Mick Quinn might well get it even yet. Yes, and Swindon's day is going to be a miserable one.
Once again, not a true reflection of the play, but nonetheless a fourth successive defeat has left Swindon with plenty to do in the race to join the Premier League. The home fixture with Tranmere Rovers pits the growing reputation of Duncan Shearer against the proven scoring skills of John Aldridge.
Tranmere, just a point behind Swindon, were also chasing victory hard. Jim Harvey's shot stretching Digby to the full. Next, it was Nixon's turn in the Tranmere goal to pull off a spectacular save from Mitchell. The match was dubbed the Battle of the Goal Kings. 36-goal Aldridge against 29-goal Shearer. Deadly Duncan was the winner, striking the first blow in the 20th minute. Battle lines drawn, and straight after the kick-off, Aldridge almost struck back. Digby to the rescue. But it was Shearer 3 minutes into the second half who drew blood, a superb header for his 31st goal of the season. Swindon thought they should have had a penalty. Surely Big Daddy would have been proud of this tackle on Dave Mitchell, but the ref waved play on. Aldridge had one last chance to strike for Tranmere, but could only find the post. Shearer last night's goal king, and Swindon back on the promotion trail.
Gary Waddock, the area midfielder on loan from QPR, makes an impressive debut against Southend.
At the county ground, Swindon Town battle their way back amongst the playoff contenders. Duncan Shearer scoring his 32nd of the season, that goal equalling a 25-year-old club record. Southend equalised on the half hour, Town's defence split and Asner's chip defeating Digby. In the second half, Swindon stepped up the pressure and then a controversial penalty. With Mitchell chasing, there's a mix-up in the box, and in the melee the referee blows up for a penalty, saying Southend, number 3, had held back Mitchell. Bit of a mess, but thank you very much, said Paul Bowden, who made the most of his chance. 7 minutes later, Swindon made sure of keeping their promotion hopes alive. Shearer beat the offside trap and squared the ball for Mitchell to tap in.
A win that keeps Swindon in touch with the promotion scramble. But Duncan Shearer has scored his last goal for Swindon. Financial restraints forcing his sale to Blackburn Rovers for £1 million. Shearer's replacement at high-flying Portsmouth is another former Tottenham star, Terry Gibson, signed on loan from Wimbledon.
Pompey fired their guns in the first half. Darren Anderton, the new wonder boy, pulled Town apart, couldn't sink them though. Swindon gave as good as they got. Mickey Hazard set them rolling as usual. Dave Mitchell did the rocking. Life after Shearer wasn't too bad. Mitchell tried hard to take over the main strike role. Town took the lead at the start of the second half. Great ball from Hazard. And a superb strike by Tom Jones. Pompey equalised with 18 minutes to go. Kerslake was penalised, perhaps harshly here, for pushing. Beresford banged home the kick to make it 1-1.
On the face of it, a useful point gained, but everyone in the Swindon camp knew they'd been robbed of a precious victory.
Swindon's winning goal against Port Vale at the county ground was something special too. Took a deflection, but still a great strike from Tom Jones. Town made heavy weather of beating struggling Vale. Should have been 2-0 here, as Terry Gibson wasted one of the best chances of the game. Swindon were always the best team, but had to thank goalie Fraser Digby in the second half for 2 flying saves. Both from Van der Laan, both brilliant.
A close contest, but Swindon's third win in 4 unbeaten matches had kept their late surge on the boil. Next came 2 tricky away matches, starting with Millwall at the Den, where new signing John Moncur from Spurs makes his debut.
Yesterday, Bristol Rovers were taking valuable points off Swindon. Town needed to win this game to keep up their challenge for promotion. They had the chances to take victory, but the goals have dried up in recent weeks. Too many misses. Same story in the second half. Swindon, who had Glenn Hoddle back, piled on the pressure, but Rovers held out. Should have been, 2-0 or 3-0 by now, and coming up yet another chance which went the way of all the rest. The breakthrough finally came after 75 minutes, and it was defender Sean Taylor, of all people, who managed to hit the target. Swindon's celebrations were short and sweet though. 3 minutes later, Bristol came back with an equaliser from Clark.
Another commanding performance at Twerton Park, but failed to realise its rewards, and Town had spurned the opportunity to win their first away game for nearly 6 months. Town were now 5 points behind the clubs in the playoff positions and badly in need of a victory in the race to join the Premier League.
When they get themselves into gear, their football is as sweet as any in the second division. Martin Ling was the scorer. Town should have had a few more, but that's been their problem recently. 1-0 though was good enough. Victory over Wolves had kept alive Swindon's promotion hopes, but Glenn Hoddle's men still faced an uphill battle.
3 of their final 4 matches will be away from home, starting against Watford at Vicarage Road.
At Watford yesterday, Town again played the good football but couldn't finish things off. Terry Gibson should have scored a goal there. Watford were lucky to escape, Town unlucky not to win. Then again, the road to promotion is always the same.
The goalless draw had extended Swindon's unbeaten run to 8 matches, but it hadn't improved their promotion bid. A win was needed in the final home match with Plymouth Argyle.
At the county ground, Swindon needed 3 points against Plymouth to maintain their hopes of edging into the second division playoffs. They had a couple of early chances, Martin Ling on the end of both, but couldn't find a way past that man, Peter Shilton. It took a 26th minute goal to secure the precious points, Sean Taylor the man of the moment. In the second half, Town nearly wrapped the game up, but Shilton was doing his stuff.
It meant that with 2 games to play, Town could still make the playoffs. There was plenty at stake against Cup finalist Sunderland, who still needed a point to guarantee safety.
Only a win would have been good enough for Swindon last night against the FA Cup finalists. If it hadn't been for a brilliant save from Fraser Digby, they could have been a goal down. Swindon came more into the game in the second half, but their inability to finish off their stylish approach play in front of goal let them down again. Martin Ling went closest to scoring. If there'd been some better finishing from Sunderland, they could have snatched the match, but the point was sufficient to save Sunderland from relegation, nowhere near enough for Town's promotion hopes.
Sunderland 0, Swindon 0. An uninspiring draw meant safety for Sunderland, but didn't do much for Town's bid to squeeze into the playoffs. Even so, on the very last Saturday of the season, there's still a ray of hope. Town must win at Derby County and hope that Blackburn Rovers and Charlton Athletic both lose.
And it was the home side that opened their account first through Paul Kitson. The second half typified the bad luck that's followed Swindon all season. Martin Ling's shot beat the goalkeeper, but not the goalpost. Would nothing go right? A masterful move and a sneaky 1-2, but Mickey Hazard denied by the Derby defence. From now on it was do or die. Swindon committed up front for an equaliser, let Tommy Johnson slip home number 2 for Derby. And not even Glenn Hoddle's magic touch could save the day. Right at the death, Mickey Hazard pulled one back, but time ran out and Swindon missed out.
Mickey Hazard's 90th minute reply is too little, too late. With Blackburn winning 3-1 at Plymouth, even a victory here would still have proved fruitless. Swindon Town's Premier League ambitions would have to stay on ice for one more season at least. Nonetheless, it had been a season of great achievement for Glenn Hoddle in his first campaign in the managerial hot seat. Town's player boss had brought pride and passion back to the county ground, and he'd done it with a smile. There were no honours to parade, but Swindon had made their mark, playing some of the most attractive soccer in the Football League.